Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and today we are going to be talking about the queens of R&B, SWV and Xscape. Y'all, it has taken me forever. I am actually in between calls right now. I got a call at 4:30 because y'all know I got a full-time job. Mother works, okay? I've got a full-time job. I'm working. So I'm in between calls right now. I did not take any notes for this show, so I'm winging it, okay? And y'all, let's get into some of the housekeeping items before we get into this review. I already know, well, if you don't know, I have a goal of growing this channel. I want to get to 500 subscribers. I need your help. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me down at the bottom of this screen. Okay, it's free 99 to subscribe. I'm not charging you for anything. Free 99. If you've already subscribed to my channel, the way that you can help me out is to go ahead and hit that like button and get down in the comments and tell me what you think about the content and the show. All right, and anyone who hasn't subscribed to the channel can also do that as well. Hit that like button and subscribe and get into the comments. Okay, so that's kind of like a team effort. I need both of y'all, all of y'all, to subscribe, get down in the comments, and hit that like button. This review, baby, because it's about to be a struggle review. Just because I ain't take my notes. Let's get into it. Okay, so the episode, like, it's basically showing all the women doing their thing, right? All the family doing all the things. The only person who stood out to me the most was Taj when she was trying to do a little striptease for her fine-ass husband, George, baby. George. Girl, I'm sorry, Taj. I know that's your husband, girl, but Eddie George. His last name is George. My bad. Eddie. Anyway, so she was trying to do a little striptease for her husband. He actually was not alone. He was with their son. Yikes. Okay. That was funny. I kikied a little bit. I may be out of order. Not even maybe. I know I'm going to be out of order. The girls get together. They are looking at the dancers that they want to pick for the performance. There was a lot of cute little dancers out there. Basically, Lily is the worst dancer in SWV. Taj is the best dancer. And it was so funny because I love Taj. The more and more that I see Taj on TV, the more and more I see her interact with the girls. I love her. She has the best personality. She is so fun. She's the glue that keeps the girls together, and I'm delighted to see her on TV. It's amazing. Picking dancers, and they're trying to figure out who they want to go with. It was really cute. Apparently, it was really tough. I would have had a hard time trying to pick the dancers because all of them were talented. That was cute. I think they mentioned the dancers in Xscape. Tamika was a dancer in Xscape. Candy is the worst dancer, and we already know that. Candy can't even two-step, y'all. We already know. I think they show a scene where SWV is talking about basically, you know, what song list, what set list, and things like that. And Tamika is telling Taj that, you know, because Candy and Tamika have, Tiny is also Tamika, because Candy and Tiny have so many followers. Tiny has 7 million, Candy has 10 million because of T.I., Family Hustle, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Then they're the reason why they want to close out the show. So okay, so we've gone from the argument of who's going to headline to now that they've agreed they're going to co-headline, now they're trying to determine who's going to end the show. So it's like, why are we going back and forth? And I was watching Really BTV's review on this, or her recap on this, and one of her subscribers had said, why don't they just end the show on a song that's not any of theirs? Sing like something like I'm Every Woman, or just a song that has nothing to do with either SWV or Xscape, so they can give both of them the opportunity to perform. And I thought that was an amazing idea. I'm like, y'all are literally going back and forth over whose song gonna close out. I need y'all to put the egos leave the egos at the door. Leave them at the door. SWV wouldn't want to be fooled with Xscape. I'm like, good Lord. I believe it was in the last episode where Taj was like, listen, we've toured with En Vogue, we've toured with TLC, and I know we didn't have to deal with any of the foolishness with them. And they've sold way more than, and it's a known fact that TLC has sold way more than Xscape. Like, why are we doing this? SWV is saying, listen, we're going to close out a week. Week is the strongest song. Did I say I'm trying to say impartial? I think I've already crossed that line where I'm not impartial. I'm completely SWV. I love them. I love Xscape as well because I actually just saw them in concert on Saturday at the Capital One Arena here in DC. But Baby, I was so excited about all the other acts. Don't get me wrong, I was excited to see Xscape as well. But Tevin Campbell, who had the best vocals. Now, y'all, I have to do a little quick segue. Xscape came out without Tasha. First of all, they were shading Tasha. Not they, but the DJ A1, who also appeared on Real House on this show as well. This little Bravo show. He was shading Tasha the whole time. Kept saying, y'all, where y'all think what Tasha money at? He was so messy. It was funny. I was here. I couldn't even tell that Tasha was missing. Tasha girl, if you don't gather your things and go apologize to them girls, they will leave you in the dust with Rocky by yourself. But that's your husband, your man. You gonna stick beside him, girl. Go ahead. But you're gonna be missing out on this bag. I have so much more respect for Tamika's voice. I actually think Tamika's the better singer between Tasha. Tamika don't do all them running and all that foolishness that Tasha do. I don't like it. It's a lot. It's kind of like a double-decker decadent kind of cake. You put cake on top of ice cream, top of pie, on top of frosting, on top of all these different things. Like, girl, just give me a cookie, girl. Like, I need all this extra that you're giving. Appreciate it, Tamika. And baby, Tiny's voice, I didn't realize, like, I never thought Tiny couldn't sing, but Tiny can sing, y'all. She was doing her thing, and I have so much more respect for Tiny after seeing them live. Now, going back to what I was saying, Weak is still the stronger song. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Weak is still the strongest song out of the two of the groups. I can't fault SWV for saying that. What they don't understand, what I don't think people understand, is that social media following does not equate to butts in seats, tickets being sold. It does not equate to that. It will not translate. You don't know. Perfect example, Sweetie. Sweetie. Perfect example. So many people follow her on social media for free. But that don't mean people actually gonna spend their money to go see her in concert. Like, no one's gonna, people not doing that. A lot of women who are inside hand that follow Real Housewives franchise. So they may follow Kandi because they watch the show, but don't know anything about Xscape and don't plan on listening to any of Xscape's music. Like, it just doesn't translate. Anywho, they being some divas, period. Egos are involved and it's crazy. We did find out real quick, and again, I'm jumping all over the place. Jalen has decided that he is going to stay in dental school. Whoo, praise the Lord. Praise be. He can sing if he want to, but singing does not pay the bills. Singing does not put food on the table. Sweetheart, dental school, dentists are probably one of the highest paid doctors. They make wonderful money. Okay, I have to make this video really quick, real quick, y'all. We get to the final piece. Oh, we get to the not the dress rehearsal, but we get to the piece where they are determining costumes. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This scene had me rolling. Number one, because Xscape and Kandi's outfits, they like to do more of like that burlesque, you know, if I've got it, flaunt it type of outfit. SWV is more so toned down. They're still in their 90s roots with the backwards caps and the jerseys and the, you know, things like that. I wouldn't say that either style is wrong. I would say that that they don't have to dress alike. They're not performing together specifically. Now, maybe in that last act, if they decide to choose a song that's not even any of theirs, that might be the time where they can come out and coordinate their outfits, you know, in that kind of way. But they don't have to coordinate. I just don't think that they have to coordinate. So they go to this guy, and according to Kandi, either Kandi or Tiny, he actually does designs for all of the exotic dancers in Atlanta, because, you know, in Atlanta, that's a big business out there. You walk in and you absolutely can tell that this is for exotic dancers. Todd was like, who is been absolutely right, like, who finna be dressed like that, baby? I'm 50. Like, I'm not 50, but I could see Taj and SWV looking like, baby, I'm 50 years old. I don't need to be dressed like this. That's crazy. I just need to be comfortable so I can move, right? So they're going back and forth. They actually have the conversation. This is when Lily is saying, we're tired of being disrespected. You're telling us that, you know, because you feel like you have more followers and we don't have enough followers compared to the ones that you have, that our song doesn't cut it, and you're gonna be the ones to put more butts in the seat. We've never been disrespected like this before. We're not going to sit up here and be disrespected, because at the end of the day, it's always been about music, and we were a well-oiled machine before you guys even came on the scene. And that right there is what I have to give to Lily, because ma'am, y'all can't even get y'all, first of all, y'all have all this infighting going on, and I can't even say infighting. Tasha is a problem, and we'll get to that in a second. Tasha is a serious problem, and on top of that, y'all can't even get along to check each other and get it together. Y'all don't even know if you're going to be able to move forward with this show. You don't even know if you're going to have all your members within the show, but you trying to regulate us and tell us we need to be in the back or the last because we're not important, or before y'all. That is some real ego there. So Lily basically gathered them and got them together. I agree. We're not going to sit up here and try to pretend like we're not going to do this. I think earlier in the episode, they talk about song lists and set lists as well. And Candy was like, because Coco basically was like, no, we're not about to go. We're not about to go last. And I don't like how some of these songs are being arranged. Candy was like, there it is. There it is. That's the Coco we know. You talking about you all kumbaya and all this stuff. This is the Coco you know. Now, I'm going to tell you, Candy, I ain't going to lie to you, sis, but you the one that brought it out of her. You're the one that said that y'all should be headlining because you feel like you're more relevant. And that kept being said. And I'm like, you don't think SWV relevant? You think Xscape relevant? Baby, the inflated sense of self. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay? It's crazy. Ego is a hell of a drug. Okay, so we get to the conversation with Tasha, Tamika, Candy, and Tiny. So at first I was like, okay, well, what are we getting together for? Because I thought we had already had the discussion about the two sisters, and I thought they had made up because we saw them make up earlier in the show. So I immediately was like, okay, well, what's really going on? Tiny says, hey, y'all, let's get together. Let's have a conversation. Let's get things out. And I'm like, okay, are the sisters going to be arguing again? Because I could have sworn that they had made up earlier in the episode, right? So I was a little bit confused. So Tiny goes, let's get everything off our chest. And this is where I was like, okay, Tiny, you one of the people who played, you straddle the fence, okay? You like to play the good cop. Tiny she doesn't want to be the one to lay the hammer down on Tasha. She would rather allow other people to do it, and then she can try to soften it up once the hammer is laid. I'm just like, all right, Tiny. You're the one that first started speaking. You knew exactly what was going on. If you wanted to take the initiative to have that conversation with Tasha and call her out the way that she needed to be called out, you should have taken the initiative to do that. But you want to play the good cop so that you can stay neutral, but you feel just as you feel the same way that Tamika and Candy feel. So I caught that. So Tamika pulls out folder and says, the promoter that we currently work with, we found out that they've got some shady dealings going on. And Tasha's sitting there looking like her mama did. That moment that Tamika had pulled the card and said, Tasha stole my money, and y'all didn't do nothing about it. And that same thing that Wig said to Tamika, ain't nobody stole your money, Tasha. Ain't nobody stole your money, Tamika. The very same way she said that. Now remember, y'all, listen how the way she said it, her body language, her face. Her mother literally captured all of that. I mean, Tasha literally grabbed all that DNA and put it right in Tasha. Tasha's face did the exact same thing her mama did. Her voice, her tone, the immediate, ain't nobody did that, girl. The immediate dismissal of what's being said and what's being presented. That's exactly what Tamika and Tasha's mom did. Miss Wig, Deaconess Wig, did the exact same thing. So they're saying, okay, so we've got these text messages, screenshots of text messages from the promoter And these are the conversations that Rocky has been having with the promoter. They said that if you, Tasha, get all of us on board, then they would give a kickback to Rocky. And the promoter saying, yes, that's fine, I got you, but I need you to make sure that you get all 4 women. And so in the text message, Rocky said, yes, I showed my wife that you had already sent me 10,000 and that you'll send me the other 10,000 once she can play her part, play her role, and convince all of us to sign with this promoter. Tasha's immediately dismissing, trying to say, no, that's not his text message. That's not his number. How do you know that this, you expect me to believe screenshots? Yes. Why would the promoter lie? What is there to gain? Actual evidence of you being in cahoots in collusion with the promoter and your raggedy husband. This is you. She's like, no, ain't nobody did that. Ain't nobody did that. Okay. And you expect me to release some screenshots? Yes, because this not even his number. No, it is his number. Okay, well, I'm gonna call him. And so that's where the episode ends. There has been so much chatter going on the internet, and people are saying, Tamika, her reputation is ruined because of her husband, and that if she really wants to clean up her act, clean up the way people see her, her image, and the way people perceive her as a gospel artist, then she needs to separate herself from her husband, and she needs to basically tell her side and say she had no idea of what was going on. But what I don't think they understand is that Tasha is very aware of what is happening. Tasha has been empowered to be as manipulative and a liar and a con artist. So her and Rocky literally are 2 sides of the same coin. I'm thinking of how Tamika sat there with Tasha earlier in the episode, and she was, trying to check in with her sister to see how her sister Tasha felt, and trying to mend things and let her know that she had apologized to her mother. And I could see Tasha's face contorting, and I know it sounds crazy, but the way her face looked, it looked almost like, yeah, now I got you back in my web so that I can keep you in the place that I have, so that I can keep manipulating you to get whatever I need from you back. Anybody ever doubted that Tasha had anything to do with stealing Tamika's money in the first place? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but this is evidence right here. Tamika, I don't know why you have not pressed charges yet, but you should. You need to press charges. At this point, if they're threatening you, they're threatening extortion. They are, which is illegal, right? That's illegal. Threatening to put out a sex tape on you, which is also illegal. They've stolen money. They've forged documents. They've impersonated you. Sweetheart, you have a whole case, and I need you to press charges. Okay, I need you to press until you cannot press anymore, because it is not going to stop. She is going to continue to try to manipulate you. As soon as she thinks your guard is down, as soon as your guard is down, she is going to swoop in. Her and her husband are both going to try to swoop in and steal from you, as they've done already. And we can't even say $30,000. I feel like it's more than $30,000 at this point. It's insane. It's insane. So we end the episode. Sorry, my braid's coming down. So we end the episode with Tasha calling Rocky to try to prove that he had that he wasn't colluding with the promoter. But why would the promoter lie? What does the promoter have to do? And Tasha, you knew about it the whole time. He told you. He said it to the promoter in the text message, which again, y'all are so dumb. Y'all putting all y'all evidence in a text message. What happened to just having regular phone call? Not to promote thievery and deceivery. I'm just saying, you putting all of your foolishness out on a text message so somebody can go back and screenshot it and send it to somebody else to say this is what was happening. Which I wonder what made the promoter want to basically air out the dirty laundry, because obviously that's not okay. I'm wondering what happened. So Rocky must have probably pissed the promoter off as well. Quiet as a skip, because neither one of them can keep a friend. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is gonna be my last thing, because child, I got to go, I got to work. I think that the only reason why Tasha is doing this gospel album is because this is her only avenue to have a solo project. Ain't nobody checking for Tasha from an R&B perspective right now at this point in the game. I think the only avenue that she can go down so that she can have that solo project, so she can be the, you know, the Diana Ross that she's so long and thought she was and wanted to be, gospel is her only avenue right now. Because honestly, what else? Ain't nobody checking for you. And quiet as it's kept, girl, with all of this foolishness going on and all these allegations going on back and forth, I wouldn't check for you in no gospel album neither. Okay? I don't know how you think that this is gonna fare out for you, but dear heart, if I were you, because again, I saw Xscape, Xscape 112, Tevin Campbell, who has the best vocals. He had the best vocals of the whole lineup. H-Town, Silk, all of them. Tamar Braxton, sweetheart, I couldn't tell you was gone, Tasha. Got to be honest. Got to be honest. All right, those are my thoughts. Y'all getting down in the comments and tell me what you think. I will be better next time. I promise I'm gonna have my notes together, but I just wasn't able to. I've been so busy this past weekend. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I want to shout you out if you do. So please email me at thebelleperspectivetv@gmail.com. Can't wait to see your emails. Can't wait to shout you out. I'll see you guys later. Take care.